December 28th, 9:51 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, No. 2.
This is it. Judgment Day. Today, things are going to be settled at last. A lot of things. Now, what's the big idea?
Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday.
She's full of fucking electricity.
Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick.
Yeah, thanks, Maya.
Oh.
Edgeworth is looking glum as always. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard.
Whoa! What are you doing?
Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back.
Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge.
Right, good idea.
She's gonna start summoning lightning.
Yeah.
Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out.
Whoa, pal! Got into that girl.
Electricity.
It's 600,000 volts.
Detective Gumshoe.
Good morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning.
How did it go, Detective?
Have no fear. As promised, I've captured a runaway caretaker. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal.
Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired.
Not after that shock. Actually, after that shock, yeah, I got on the way in. I feel pretty good.
Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. But that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember, and I'm gonna prove it.
December 28th, 10 a.m. District Court, Courtroom No. 3. Did you have a thought there?
I want them to call Polly to the witness stand.
Me too, buddy.
Anyway.
They should call
Oh my gosh, I hope that there's a bird.
Yeah.
Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution is ready.
Right. Very well. We have reached the final day in our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence.
Understood.
Oh, come on. Don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says. Very well. Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement.
Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary.
Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake, from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity.
Witness! Why did you run away yesterday?
Objection! The witness was not running away, as he will now testify.
I see. Very well. Please begin your testimony. Uh-huh. Well, I left court. I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? Figured I got nothing else to do with this innocent incident anyhow. Or, I mean, I need one of those motif things, right? And I ain't got one. So my testimony yesterday stands as is. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm going to prove it.
So I see spots to present evidence. Unfortunately, I think that evidence was burned. Or something. Yep.
Classic.
Uh,
We should have had Cody take a digital photo.
please no.
Do you want to press at the top?
Yeah, I'll just go from the
We're
top.
allowed to press as much as we would like, according to our very kind Von Karma.
That's true.
I'd call what you did running away, not just leaving. You heard Larry's testimony and you realized you were in danger.
Objection! Now, Mr. Wright, there's no need to rush to conclusions. As I said, the witness was not running away. Listen to the testimony.
He sure seems relaxed. In fact, they both do. Von Karma and Yanni Yogi.
Not running away or anything.
Then why did you leave?
Objection! He's just about to say why. Is it so hard for you to just quietly listen when someone is talking?
I sat quietly. Edgeworth would be guilty in 3 minutes.
It's true. 5 food for Polly.
Food. Well, Polly's a bit of a gourmand, you see. She only eats those high-quality bird parrots from France. They only have them in the big pet shop downtown. But you weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker's shack? Oh, well, I kind of got lost, you see.
Objection! The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack.
Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's going to believe that. I believe that. So he was lost. Please, Your Honor, come to your senses.
Nothing.
You're a
being
witness.
innocent. Yeah, that's...
You've lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yeah, seems like it. Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, And you know exactly who you are.
Objection! The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court some proof.
How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head? That's impossible.
I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness. Please continue.
You need a motive.
How can you say that you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right?
Objection! Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible.
I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends. Might I say something, Mr. Wright? Yes. Yes, Your Honor? You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past, or lack thereof, into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case? Of course, Your Honor. The witness says he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies.
Damn,
Oh
we
my
gotta steal lie
gosh, he was
detector.
really confident. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, there was a serious problem with your claim. Or are you saying you know who the witness is? Of course, Your Honor.
Ho! Now this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So, who is he?
Don't play dumb, Von Karma. Mr. Wright, please tell us this
This
witness's
is Gregory
name.
Edgeworth. He's fucking back.
I like these are good options.
Yeah.
His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff. Yogi, That name seems familiar. Oh! Yanni Yogi from the DL6 incident. Figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case. But what does this mean? Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive.
Objection. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This man, this witness, is Yanni Yogi. Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory.
This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go.
Nick, how are you going to prove it? How can you prove that he's not a Yogi?
Okay, it's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago. I see. That makes sense.
Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Huh?
I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright.
Hi.
The witness has no fingerprints.
What? What? No fingerprints? Oh, yeah, you see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked in a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff. Yep. What? Yogi, you sneak. You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past. Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity. No.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? It seems that the case has been decided, no?
No. I know what happened. I know everything. I can't prove it. No, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way.
There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one.
Nick, what are we going to do?
Call the bird. I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do?
Tisk, tisk. Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief.
Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot.
What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to...
Your Honor. The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. Take Mr. Von Karma up?
On my proposal?
Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot.
Okay, yeah.
What the fuck? That's a bird. What is a bird gonna do in the court of law? Order! Order! Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma?
Need you even ask? This is a farce, I object.
Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do so as you suggested.
Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences.
Nick, this is crazy.
Well, still want to go through with your little game?
Oh, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Let the parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor.
This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard.
Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence. Except the parrot. This is my last chance. At least, I think so. Bailiff, Bring in the parrot. Let's freaking go.
Huh?
That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Name! The witness is ignoring me. It must hurt to be ignored by a bird.
I wish that were me.
Ahem. Very well, witness. Who is your owner? Please, testify for us.
Who is your owner? Hello? Hello? Huh?
Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Very well. Begin your cross-examination. All right.
What are you gonna do, Nick?
I don't know. What do we do, Maya?
I guess we press.
Present evidence. Attorney's badge.
Oh.
Yeah,
We're
press it.
pressing.
Witness, you can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her.
Right, what do I say?
Um.
Have we
Yeah,
forgotten?
Yeah.
As I recall, 2 days ago.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Polly,
Polly, Polly.
have to know something. Okay, deal sick.
I can get Polly to say that here. That will prove the caretaker had something to do with DL6.
Polly, have we forgotten something? Hello? Hello? That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot, something we forgot. Hello? Hello? Oh, it's not working, Nick. She won't say it.
This is ridiculous. Why won't she say it?
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Something the matter, Mr. Wright?
Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. He couldn't have retrained the parrot, could he? Did he train her not to respond when we asked what we'd forgotten anything? It's a different bird.
Press it.
Witness, you're here to speak. You must speak, Tui.
Frankly, I can't believe that you're speaking to the parrot.
Oh, well, I guess we should try to get information out of her. We need to show the judge that her answer is Mr. Yogi. Her owner is Mr. Yogi.
Okay. I guess press this again. Do a different option. Let's see.
What is this? What's her name?
Yeah, what's her name?
Maybe I should get her to say her name.
Polly, what's your name? Polly!
Mr. Wright? I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity? Of
Does it?
course, we need to make sure this is the same bird.
Yeah. Sure.
Yes, it does. Oh,
Ah, fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity? Then show us this proof.
Nick, don't you think you're taking the bluffing a little too far?
listen. We're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is
What?
okay, lake photo.
I mean, let's go and examine all this. Yeah, so nothing
no,
here.
Yeah.
Nothing on the lake. In here.
No.
The bird's made out of metal.
No. Maybe. I mean.
Oh, yeah.
No. Oh, that's one of three.
Let's see. Turning the fire twice.
Polly Jenkins committed suicide. Fiance.
No? Oh, wait. Oh, okay.
The DL6 case file?
Objection. That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on, then? Show us or stop wasting our time.
That was page 3, right?
Yeah.
Very well, Mr. Wright. Please show us this page. Where is the file? Where in this file is the information connected to this parent's
It's
name?
suspected. Yeah.
It's on the suspect data page. Huh? This page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide. See? Indeed, it does say that, yes. What was his fiancée's name? Polly Jenkins. Polly? Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he named his parrot after her. I see. I guess that is possible.
Objection. A mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé?
Are you offering?
She's only 7 years old.
You're not. Indeed. Alone, it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence. Where am I going to find that?
Nick, we're getting closer. One more, if you can just get one more piece of evidence.
Right, but what? Very well, witness. You may continue.
Let's try the third option on there because there's only these two.
Yeah,
All right, let's see.
which I just wanted to connect them first, you know?
Yeah.
Then if she could say the safe code, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe I'll get her to say the number of that safe.
Huh? At the safe? Why?
Let's just try to get her to say anything, okay?
Polly, what was the number to the safe in the shack? 1228. 1228.
Oh, my, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker.
Yeah.
Okay, well, actually it does.
Oh.
That's why I had her say it. It's gonna be the date of something.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
1228.
Ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity?
Isn't that the DL6 date? Do we have?
Just go to the DL6 case file, read it.
Yeah.
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 I'm built different.
That's
Sorry.
true.
The DL6 case file. What is this obsession you have with that case?
Mr. Wright, where in this file is something relating to the safe number? It's on the case summary page. The case summary? Specifically, the date on which the DL6 incident occurred. The date of the incident, December 28th? Why, that's today's date, 15 years ago. And the number on that safe is 1228. Ah! He used the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him. I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates.
Objection. This is not tangible proof. I set my ATM card's number to 001 because I'm number one.
Thanks, man.
Man,
This has nothing to do with the date. Nothing.
that's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here.
This is a mere coincidence, that's all.
True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seems more like a pattern to me.
What are you saying?
Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately. Before he can go feed his parrot again. Witness. Tell us your name.
Objection. Wait. This witness he doesn't remember.
No, it's okay. Eh? I've accomplished what I've wanted to do. I'm done.
Nick, he looks totally different.
This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years. Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court. My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court.
Hey,
Oh my God, I recognize him. Order! Order! Yanni Yogi. So was it you who killed Robert Hammond and tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death? Yeah, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond. He said I was mentally unsound. He told me it would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancé, my social standing. And this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. Plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it. Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets. Wait a moment. Revenge? Against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean? I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Von Karma! Where is Mr. Yogi?
Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession.
Then, the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is...
Innocent, in this case at least.
Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand? There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections?
Uh,
I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty. That's insane. His perfect record?
Damn, over in a flash, just like that.
That is all. This court is adjourned. Why'd you
Objection!
call him to the stand? Did someone just say objection? It wasn't Von Karma. But wait, that means... No. Edgeworth?
Your Honor, I object to your judgment.
What do you mean?
I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what?
Nick, Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's going to say he's guilty. He's going to tell them that he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He's going to tell them he killed his own dad.
Oh, what do I do?
Oh God, what do we do?
Okay, don't hit any buttons. If we raise
I'm
an
not hitting
objection,
buttons. Yeah.
right, Edgeworth's gonna hate us forever,
Yes.
but he's gonna screw up his life. If we leave it to Edgeworth, right, then he's gonna screw up his life.
Mm-hmm.
So we'd rather have Edgeworth mad at us, right? Most
Yeah.
likely.
because
I'm
like
with you.
he's gonna counter object to what we say regardless, right?
Mhm.
If we don't do anything, he's gonna screw it up, and Maya's gonna be like, Nick, you need to do something about this, or he's gonna screw up his life, and you're gonna be like, damn it, I should have done that. Objection, right? So I think that we have to raise an objection anyway, but
No,
Screw
I'm
it.
with you.
Send it.
Send it.
Objection!
The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edward's outburst.
Objection! Didn't something like this happen yesterday, too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed.
That would be Larry.
We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth.
He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out. Really, I thought Edgeworth was going to argue with this, but Von Karma's spitting.
For 15 years, I've had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer.
You mean in the incident where your father died?
From the distance of that shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DL6 incident, it was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I'm guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me. I know.
Why is he pointing at me?
Yeah.
Order! Order! This is certainly unexpected. The defendant, declared innocent, is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this.
Bah! It's obvious. We hold a trial, right here, right now. We try this man for his crime of 15 years ago.
Well, that makes sense.
Sweet, a double feature? I only paid for one ticket. I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess.
He's gotta go to like the drinking fountain.
During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of actions to take. Court is adjourned. Schmack.
December 28th, 2:24 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, No. 2. I'm sorry, right? I've just wasted all of your effort.
Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad?
I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective. But it's the truth, and deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances.
This is crazy. Just crazy.
Nick, what are you doing?
Huh? Oh. I was just reading through the court record once more. Getting my case ready.
Your case for what?
Huh? Isn't it obvious? I want to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent.
Huh? What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it. In court.
I'm sorry, Edgeworth. But I don't believe your nightmare.
What?
It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here, in this court record. Any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me.
Right. December 28th, 2:30 p.m. District Court, Courtroom No. 3.
Oh crap, I have a dentist appointment. 2:30?
Oh!
Now then, I would like to resume our trial.
That's why I call the 5-minute recess.
For
Judge,
Chief.
Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book.
I see. Does the defense have any objections? No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand?
Will the witness state his name and profession?
Miles Edgeworth, I'm a prosecuting attorney.
Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct?
It is correct.
Then testify about this matter to the court.
When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work.
Please.
The Dado 6 incident. That day, I had gone to the courtroom even, to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot and a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. Ah! That's all.
And until now, you thought this memory was a dream.
We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out and I lost my memory of the events.
Ah, the same claim Mr. Yogi has made.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. Yes, Your Honor.
What are you thinking? Hey,
All right.
courtroom.
Yes. I don't really see questioning outside of, like, does a child belong in the court of law? I mean, it is Edgeworth,
Right. That's true. Let's go check the elevator. Other Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue.
We might as well ask him what they were arguing about.
Check it out.
What did you do then?
I was a 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then... Something heavy fell at my feet.
Yeah, press that. Just fell randomly? What was it?
A pistol. I assume it was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell from his holster.
And you picked it up. What happened next?
Can you look at the evidence record real quick?
Yes.
At the bullet. We haven't actually looked at the details on the bullet.
Yep.
Okay, still bears clear ballistic markings. I wonder if it matches this gun.
We should probably read the file too.
Air in the elevator, oxygen completed at the time of the incident. All right, defense attorney trapped in an elevator with a son, age 9. One bullet was found in the heart. The murder weapon was fired twice. Murder weapon was fired twice.
Right. Oh.
So when did where'd the second bullet fire from? Yeah. Present. Case detail. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot?
Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came.
I see. No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't.
It blinds him.
Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts what the witnesses testified about.
Objection! You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence, unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony?
Wait, yeah, it's
This
the
is a
victim
victim
data,
data,
right?
I'll
Just
double
double check.
Yeah.
double check.
Not this one. Yep. Victim data.
Yeah, it's victim data. Cool. Get the victim data in this file. It says quite plainly, the murder weapon was fired twice.
Damn, that's
Oh
like
wow,
double.
that's like one more time than he said. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot. Yet the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So who fired the remaining shot?
God.
Well, that's a good point.
made up a shot.
Yeah, he did it. He picked it up and threw it a second time, and then shot his father. Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second round?
Objection, Your Honor. As I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident.
What? I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with the case? Yes, probably. Okay, look at the bullet and look at the case report again.
The bullets.
So we've got one taken from his heart. Can we look at the crime scene photo?
Yeah. Oh,
There's one in the glass.
there sure is. Well, yeah, we do.
Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof.
What? Impossible.
Now, Mr. Von Karma. Save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show us your proof. Do you have evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident?
Don't do
Look
it.
at this photograph. Every time. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago. I can see that the victim is lying there, and is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves that the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it. Let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired. Where? Your Honor, please get a clue. Show us where on the photograph the bullet
the
touched
freaking
you.
Dora pointer, dude.
Can you say bullet hole? It should be obvious. The contradiction is here. I see. A bullet hole in the door. Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, wow, he's got a good point. If only Von Karma's going to come up with a counterpoint. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out? In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else. Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be? The murderer, of course.
Objection. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page.
The case summary? That's on page 1.
We can look at it. No, he'll look at it for us, I believe.
I think we should look there. I don't want him to tell me. I don't want him to have the knowledge upper hand on me.
No clues found on the scene. Probably it.
Look at what is
Depleted
written
at the time
there.
of the incident.
Maybe.
The oxygen being...
Not a single clue was found on the scene.
Ah, well,
If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene.
he does have a point.
That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made the bullet hole in the door.
Then why'd you call it a bullet hole?
Order! I will have order! Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly, that the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked this second bullet. So all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter.
Gah! How did this happen? I don't believe that. The second bullet doesn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident?
What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection?
I'm sorry, Maya.
What?
It looks like I was wrong.
Nick?
The second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing.
No. But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said get Edward declared innocent.
Sorry. Just when I saw the photograph, I thought the 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. Thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years.
Nick?
Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth.
Precisely.
I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections?
No, I do not.
So you killed your father, though it was not your intention?
Yes, I did.
Oh, no. He's accepted the guilt.
Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here.
Right now.
Indeed. Does anyone else have anything mean to say? I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There's so many things I know I should be saying. But my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words. Mr. Wright, I have an objection.
All right.
Your Honor, I object.
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Fuck off. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object?
Oof!
Nick? Why'd you make a Roblox noise?
I'm dying. I don't know. His case is perfect.
Oh, no.
Ah,
I don't know.
it must exist.
Oh, the second bullet.
Huh? A what? What did you just say?
Nothing?
The second bullet must exist. But where?
Someone took it.
It seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright. Wait, Your Honor. I was just tripping. Hiya.
A fucking ghost was telling me some shit.
The second bullet. It existed. What? But we've just heard proof that it did not exist. What freaking proof? He just said that it probably wouldn't. I hate this guy. I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened. But who? The murderer.
Objection. The murderer. Then tell us, just who is this murderer?
I'm still thinking about that one. So the criminal took the second bullet. But why? Huh? First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some passing need for the murderer to search for that bullet? The murderer had to find it.
Okay.
Otherwise, okay, before we're,
Oh.
like,
Oh.
I guess. Of course there was a need. That's why they took it.
You were so definitive, and I was like, all right.
Bah! What possible reason could they have had?
Well, the reason the murderer took the bullet away from the scene with them is the bullet would be proof.
Okay. All right.
Maybe they thought that the bullet would be used as proof? Proof? It was a special bullet, so they took it with them.
Objection! If that was the case, then they should have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well.
Huh?
Why would they only take one of the 2 shots fired?
Oh, right. Mr. Wright, have you really thought this through? Yes. Going to have to penalize you. What? If they, how are they getting a bullet out of his heart immediately while they're there, for one, and second off, that they heard the gun go off whenever it was accidentally thrown, and then whenever they were out of oxygen, they shot the guy on the ground. You know, really crazy. This isn't going so well. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet?
Okay. Do you want to debate this one?
Well, then I guess we did murderer had to find it already, right?
Yeah, and there was a second
Oh
dialogue
yeah,
option.
yes. Oh yeah. They were being cautious. Was the other option?
Okay.
Yeah, let's do they were being cautious. Of course.
Good.
The murderer was cautious. Well, the murderer was a very cautious sort, you see. Ooh, hold on. A perfectionist, one might say.
Ah.
That's why the murderer had to search for that bullet.
Objection! If that was the case, then they should have also taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well. It would be the same thing.
Huh?
Why would they only take one of the 2 shots fired?
Oh, right. Mr. Wright, have you really thought this
Nope.
through? I'm gonna have to penalize you.
All right. Random bullshit, go.
Arg, this isn't going.
No.
Is it pressing
No,
need?
Your Honor.
Murderer didn't need it. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for that stray bullet? I haven't got a clue. What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
Bah! The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true.
I guess the only person taking
Had to
bullets
take
was
it.
Gregory.
Ooh.
Had to take it. The murderer? What does that mean?
You're thinking too normal and crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken.
Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing.
True.
Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. Oh. But the murderer had to take the bullet. Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean? Well, for instance... For instance, what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer. The bullet hit the murderer. Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know?
I could.
Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's really what happened? Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer themselves was shot. And they left with the second bullet still inside of them? Thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime. Yes. I guess that's how it would work, yeah? But there's a problem with that. The other 2 people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean murder came from outside. Yes.
Wow.
Oh
that's really
wow, this
smart.
is like a super duper twist. Mega. All right, hold on for a second.
Yeah.
If this, I mean, this isn't like evidence in the courtroom, right?
Right.
But like, Yanni Yogi, if he got shot, right? There's a bullet hole in the glass,
Mm-hmm.
which is definitively above where Yanni Yogi is currently at this moment when they're arguing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because the only way that it could hit him and go through the glass where it should was to just like dome him.
Yeah.
So he throws the gun, bullet goes through the glass window, right?
Mm-hmm.
He passes out from oxygen loss, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then, but it hit somebody outside the elevator, I guess, during that time,
Mm-hmm.
apparently. And then they come
Sure.
in and they shoot Gregory
Mm-hmm.
with the gun. And that's why the bullet's there. Because the bullet that's in Gregory could not have gone through the glass. Like, could have gone through the glass, but the gun was on the
Yeah, I
inside.
guess so. Yeah.
But either way, if we're going with the outside person, then that... Okay, cool. Two men fight inside the elevator. And to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. Pistol discharges and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say.
Objection! What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer.
No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone.
Hey, Nick.
Huh.
I just thought of something really crazy.
Crazy.
Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday?
Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Oh,
It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in many years of prosecuting.
what if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock?
But he took it because he was injured.
Which would mean
It could be only mean one thing.
it was the murder in the Deal 6 incident?
He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth.
It was Von Karma!
Oh, man. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed. No, Your Honor. Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from the outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect? Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now?
Yeah, fuck it, right? Maybe?
Yeah, we ball, I guess.
We ball.
Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect. Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect? My hands are shaking. V what? Von Karma.
On Karma?
Maybe.
You mean V Von Karma? The prosecutor? The one standing right over there.
Bah!
You don't object?
Huh. I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection?
Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason?
So you're claiming I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident? Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no. Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify.
Ah,
Nick, let's find out who his doctor is.
It's no use.
Edgeworth.
I know Von Karma, perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That will leave a doctor as a witness.
Ugh, nobody's that perfect.
So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane.
No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. False, I could do that. Wait. What does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere. But where?
Tisk, tisk, tisk. Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot?
Okay, hold on. Do we have a metal detector?
That's true.
Can we metal detect his body for a bullet?
Yeah, let's try it.
I love your confidence in me. All right, Von Karma, I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much.
What?
The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is... Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it is unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself. Oh, you don't mean? I do. There is the possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. Oh wow, that's crazy. How's he gonna find it? Is that even possible? For all these years? Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. I've had it in my briefcase this whole time. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run this over you and see what we find.
Objection. I refuse.
You refuse? But refusing this means that you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you. Oh, wow, that's kind of crazy. Order! 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 Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector.
Objection. Judge, I call for a suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy.
The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now. Enough! I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing.
Nick, what does this mean?
I don't know, but I think we have to give it a shot.
Thoughts?
Oh! It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma?
You. It was you. I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident.
What?
I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6.
Then why didn't you say that earlier? But, Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that?
Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything.
I hated you.
It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here, not I.
Mr. Wright. Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6?
Of course he can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence.
That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday. Which is good evidence in and of itself, but apparently I can't use that
With
in
no
court.
proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright.
No, no, no. I'm not the one who's sorry, Mr. Karma.
What?
You were close. One day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof.
What?
Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof.
It's got ballistic marking still.
Clear ballistic markings. That's a bullet?
Where did you get that?
This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely with all of the ballistic markings intact.
Ballistic markings.
You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago.
Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with the weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon will fire the bullet. It's quite accurate.
We have 2 bullets in our possession. 1 bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We can analyze both bullets. Then, if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. The very same pistol, in other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet and solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma?
That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know.
Help! Can't breathe.
Quiet, I said quiet, you don't make me either.
I'm breathing my air. I'll stop you.
Stop breathing. Oh, let's see.
My air!
Oh, away. Get away from my father.
Hey.
Oh! It's that scream I heard in the elevator. 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed.
Wow. That's pretty crazy, honestly. I remember that.
Scream.
Mr. Von Karma.
Oh, Edgeworth, only you would dare defy me.
So it was you.
You and your father are my curse. Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you. I'll bury you with my bare hands. Death, death.
Bailiff?
15 years earlier.
Chief Prosecutor, I am sorry.
Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you.
I was careless.
I'm sorry, but you'll have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time.
Edgeworth? It was a shock like none I had ever known. Me, penalized? It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly, I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then, there was a noise. I was in pain, a horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then, the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. Tisk, tisk, tisk. Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge,
What?
what are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it.
Very well. It appears that we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later, Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
Yes, Your Honor.
you were innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare.
Yes, Your Honor.
This court finds the defendant Mr. Miles Edgeworth, not guilty.
Again.
Oh my gosh. Phoenix Wright has a perfect record. I wonder if he's gonna kill somebody next.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
December 28, 5:38 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, No. 2.
Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? On camera looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed! I gotta say, I'm impressed.
It was pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it.
I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself. But now it's all just a good memory.
So it's finally over, Edgeworth.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm not sure how to say this.
Oh, I know. Try. Thank you.
I see. Thank you, Wright.
you're welcome.
I think you could have done better than that.
Sorry, I'm not good at this sort of thing.
You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth.
She's got you there.
Oh! Amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares?
See, Mr. Edgeworth? You should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you.
I see. Ahem.
Whoop!
I feel foolish.
Don't worry. Take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it.
Been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded.
Oh, good Christ.
Hi, y'all!
Lotta.
Y'all were great in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats.
Thank y'all very much.
I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. So just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there.
You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you?
Well, let's bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta? Who, me? Nah, I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. Really? That's too bad. Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? Huh?
It's over, Nick. My life is over.
Why this sad face, Larry? What happened now?
Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world.
You don't look sick.
It's Kiatse. She's going to live in Paris. Paris, Nick. She's leaving me behind.
Should have seen that one coming.
Yo, Edgy, there you are.
Yes, here I am.
Congrats, Edgy. Here, a little gift for me in celebration.
Celebration? That's unusual for you.
Every month, you come along tonight too. My treat, pal. Huh? Thanks. I'm looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, it's not police talk for prison food, right? Right?
I think you'll be fine, Larry.
Right.
Yeah? What's up?
That envelope that Larry gave me, it's got money in it.
Oh, yeah. That's not strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes.
It's $38, right?
Huh. What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. Wait. 38.00 exactly?
Nick, wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school?
$38? No. No, Larry, it was you!
What are you so surprised about, right?
Huh?
Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect.
What?
Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history.
I never was good at history.
Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you?
I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember?
Yeah, too well.
Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts.
I know.
Really right, I'm surprised that you didn't figure it out.
Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, eh?
Edgeworth,
Hmm?
you should have told me.
Now, Nick, it was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'd say so, yes.
There you have it.
Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did.
Well, you have always been something of an insufferable emotionalist.
Yeah, and you get worked up too easily, too.
Dad! The death sentence for both of you! Man, if only I had known, I'd have become a prosecutor.
Same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney, after all.
Edgeworth.
Want to switch, right?
Hey, y'all. Line up. I'll take a photo.
Hey, photo time, let's go!
And after all that, dinner on me.
Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention.
December 29, 5:02 a.m. Wright & Co. Law Offices.
Whoa. I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? It's still only 5. Maybe I should go back to sleep. Hmm? What's this? A letter?
Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth too. I wanted to help you. But I couldn't. It was useless. So I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick.
Bye? What time is it? Gah! The first trains for the mountains have already left. To the station.
But I don't know.
Guess I'm too late.
Hey! Nick!
Maya! So you're leaving?
Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay?
Oh, geez.
Wait!
What?
I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help.
Huh?
On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice.
You heard my sister?
Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything.
Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick.
But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya.
Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze.
I'm sorry, but I have evidence that you helped.
Evidence?
Show Maya some evidence to cheer her up.
The bullet that she got.
A bullet?
Von Karma was convicted. Was convinced that he had taken all of the evidence pertaining to DL6. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. And you were the one who gave it to me.
Nick.
Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you.
I'll be back soon.
Huh?
I'm going to complete my training and then come back.
Okay. Well, I'll be waiting.
Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless.
I don't know about that.
So, this is it.
See you soon, Maya.
Auf Wiedersehen. Thanks,
Thanks.
Nick.
Get out of here, Nick.
Me. So my story ends. Time to turn a new page. And say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. With the same old crazy cast of characters.
Ha! Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur.
Be fast.
Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim. Yes, Your Honor. Uh-oh, I got a bad feeling about this.
Okay, classic credits crawl. I don't control the text speed. Just get ready. Shouts to Shu Takumi.
The day, pal, Mr. Edgeworth came down to the precinct to wish me a happy new year. Talk about a pleasant surprise. Whoa! Detective Gumshoe! Then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kinda like he was embarrassed or something. That's strange, huh?
Umiko
Whoa.
Sukune.
Yeah.
Sukane, probably.
Huh? Nick? Nah, I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working at a cheese shop. That Missy's a nice lady, but she's not exactly what you call a cheap date. Huh? Oh, she's in Hawaii right now, yeah.
Tatsuro Iwamoto.
Yeah. There we go. Oh, God.
Who? Right? Yes, I remember him. I hear he's been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful.
Uh-huh. Classic Noriyuki Otami.
Yep. Oh, jeez. Oh, was that me? Oh, here's the defense attorney.
The defense attorney.
There we go.
You wrote the affidavit
Go.
for. Oh, you should know. He's taken over management of the Gagewater Hotel. Should you be in the area, please stop by.
I forgot who did that character.
All you, buddy.
God damn it.
Masakutsu Endo. No problem, sir. Anytime, sir. Ahem! Oh, it's you! Phoenix, right? Mia's understudy, was he not? I wonder how he's doing. Haven't seen him as of late. The days of my youth. Like the scent of a fresh lemon, you see? I smell like lemons. You see? Smell? Masakazu Sugimori.
Oh, God.
Phoenix Wright! Is he an actor? Well, I'm not buying it. You can't be a star with a name like Phoenix. Did you know the third family put out the DVD box set things and everything's helps with people straight now?
Classic.
Classic Atsushi Mori.
Mori.
Yeah. Classic. Thanks for the objection sound effects, maybe.
420.
Oh, God.
I'm pleased to announce that the Pink Princess is a hit. I sure owe that Mr. Wright a great deal. Oh, and I'm keeping my face out of the public eye till the show's over. I wouldn't want to ruin any kids' dreams, you know? I'm ugly.
Classic ugly moment. Just like classic Hiroshi Nakai
And
Ayumi
Ayumi
Terada.
Terada, yeah. Publicity.
Oh, I got a letter from Maya the other day. It sounds like she caught a cold standing under a waterfall. I wanted to visit, but didn't have time, so I sent her some Pink Princess trading cards. She says she can't buy them where she is. What kind of place is she living at anyway? Yumiko Uchida.
Hey, his name is Manuel Yumiko. You know?
Like the car?
Yeah.
Right, who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk Pink Princess. All right. But, no. I snuck into the studio the other day, and I saw her. The one inside the pink princess suit.
Ugh, what a dog. It was kind of a shock for a boy of my tender age.
Atsushi Inaba, producer. Yeah, I remember, right? That lawyer guy? Huh, me? I'm a training to become a paranormal photographer. You know that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind them, there's a ghost. For real, now that's talent. I'm gonna be famous. I wanna be famous. Just like Shinji Mikami.
Yeah. He's producing. Aw.
Yeah, that's not behind them. That's very clearly in the front.
This is
You
why she's a
freaking
dog
liar.
shit photographer.
Also, why does Maya have a sign that just says victory?
They
Where'd she
keep
get
those in the
that?
court.
Oh,
Thanks,
with the
Capcom.
confetti.
Where is Ace 37, Capcom? Oh, God. Wow, there's another one? That's crazy.
Wow, we're gonna have to get to that one
Wow.
when we come back.
See y'all next time for some... I don't know. For some...
Ace Atuni.
Yep.